Welcome, my friend. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like life is just too much? Too many thoughts, too many demands, too many choices, too much stress. Too many voices in your head telling you to do this. Fix that, don't fall behind. In all this noise, you forget something important. You forget yourself. You forget your peace. You forget your purpose. We live in a world that worships business, a world that teaches us to chase everything, but never teaches us how to sit still and breathe. That's why today we're going to press pause. We're going to reset everything. This isn't about doing more. It's about living with less, but feeling more. Less noise, more clarity. Less pressure, more peace. Less junk, more joy. Less chaos, more control. If you're tired of feeling heavy, tired of rushing, but going nowhere, if you want to feel alive again, then this journey is for you. Today, I will share something special with you, 11 powerful principles that will make your life simple, peaceful, clear, and beautiful again. Not empty, but full of the right things. These are not just tips or hacks. These are life-changing challenges. They are the exact opposite of what the world screams at you, but they are the truth your soul already knows. As you listen, something beautiful will happen. Not only will your life become simpler, your understanding will also deepen, because these principles are presented in clear, simple language so you can truly feel them, learn from them, and grow with them. So, let's begin. Take a deep breath and let's return to simplicity. Step 1. Remove the noise. This is the most important beginning. If you skip this step, everything else will feel confusing. So, I want you to listen with your full heart. Your life is not too hard. It's just too loud. It's not your life that's overwhelming. It's the noise around it. There's a voice in your phone, a voice in your head, a voice on social media, a voice in the news. Voices from people who don't even know you telling you how to live. Without realizing it, you are drowning in information, opinions, content, pressure, and noise. And that noise becomes your inner voice. Imagine walking into a room filled with 1,000 people, all shouting different things at the same time. Make money fast. Travel the world. Get married now. Buy this. You're late. You're amazing. Be like her. Work harder. Rest more. Can you think clearly in that room? Of course not. Noise destroys clarity. And when you have no clarity, you lose direction. You start running toward everything and reaching nothing. That is your life today. Every notification, every reel, every voice in your inbox, every trend you're told to follow, it's all cluttering your brain. That's why the very first step to a simple life is this: remove the noise. Start with your phone. Unfollow people who don't inspire peace. Unsubscribe from content that fills your mind with pressure. Delete apps you haven't used in 30 days. Turn off notifications that don't serve your soul. Then go deeper. Unplug for a few hours a day. Go outside without your phone. Read instead of scroll. Write instead of swipe. Breathe instead of react. Let me give you the most powerful example of this. There was once a young man who wanted to find peace. He had read every book, listened to every podcast, watched every guru, but he still felt anxious, distracted, and lost. So one day, he visited an old monk known for his deep inner peace. The young man asked, "Please Teach me how to be calm, how to be focused, how to be free." The monk said nothing. He simply handed the young man a cup of water and began pouring from a jug. The cup filled, then it overflowed. Water spilled all over the table. The young man shouted, "Stop! The cup is full." And the monk looked into his eyes and said, "Exactly. So is your mind. You come here wanting peace, but your cup is already full of opinions, judgments, information, fears, news, noise. There is no space for peace in a full mind. You must first empty your cup." That one sentence changed everything for the young man, and it will change everything for you too. Right now, your mind is full, not full of wisdom, but full of noise. The first step to a simple, beautiful life is not to add more, it is to remove. Remove what's loud. Keep what's true. Remove what distracts. Keep what brings you home. Remove what drains you. Keep what builds you. Simplicity is not about owning nothing. It's about removing everything that doesn't let you breathe. So today's challenge is this. Tonight before you sleep, sit with your phone and go through it like a surgeon. Unfollow 20 people who trigger comparison. Unsubscribe from 10 email lists. Delete 5 apps you don't use. Turn off 80% of your notifications. Spend tomorrow morning with your phone on airplane mode for the first 2 hours. It may feel uncomfortable, but you will feel something strange in the silence. You will feel yourself again. And that, my friend, is the beginning of a simple life. Step 2, focus on one thing. Let me tell you a secret that almost nobody understands in this busy world. You don't need to do more, you just need to do less better. The world will try to convince you that you must have 5 income streams, work 3 jobs, learn 7 skills, juggle 10 goals, read 100 books, build a side hustle while doing yoga, while cooking, while watching a TED Talk. But what's the point of being busy if you're not moving forward? What's the point of knowing 100 things if you don't master even one? What's the point of chasing everything and catching nothing? Consider the old African story about a hungry lion. One day, the lion sees 2 antelopes in the field, one on the left and one on the right. The lion is fast, powerful, strong, capable of catching both. So he tries to chase both at the same time, running between them. He goes left, then right, then back again. But because he's dividing his attention, he gets tired. In the end, both antelopes escape, and the lion goes home hungry. That lion is you. You're trying to chase 5 goals at once. You're starting 3 habits at once. You're learning English while watching finance videos, while scrolling reels, while opening YouTube, while texting someone on WhatsApp, while checking comments on Instagram. At the end of the day, nothing is finished. You don't feel fulfilled, you feel frustrated. Not because you're lazy or untalented, but because you've made the same mistake the lion made. You are chasing everything, so you are catching nothing. Do you want to know why your life feels so complicated? It's not because you're weak, it's because your attention is split in too many directions. Multitasking is not a superpower, it's a slow poison. You think you're being productive, but really you're just starting over again and again. Every time you break your focus, you break your momentum. Every time you break your momentum, you lose your motivation. Every time you lose motivation, you feel like a failure. That failure leads to overthinking, which leads to more distraction, which leads to more complication. It's a painful loop. The way out, focus on one thing. If you shine the sun through a magnifying glass, it can burn a leaf. But if you let the sunlight scatter, nothing happens. That's what your life is like right now, scattered sunshine. You have energy, you have fire, you have purpose, but it's spread across too many things. So nothing catches fire. Nothing grows. Nothing burns bright. You feel lost, not because you're broken, but because you're blurry. The simple life begins when you become clear. One goal, one direction, one mission, one focus. Choose one habit to build. Choose one dream to chase. Choose one area of life to simplify and go deep. If you're learning English, give it your full attention for 6 months. If you're building your body, commit to your health every single day. If you're starting a business, say no to all distractions and go all in. Don't try to be amazing at everything. Be obsessed with one thing until you're great, then move to the next. That's how you win. Bruce Lee once said something life-changing. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Why? Because that man is dangerous. That man is focused. That man is a master. Right now, you don't need 10,000 things. You just need one that matters, and you need to give it your soul. I want you to pause and ask yourself, what is the one thing I want to master right now? Not 3, not 5, just one. Then do this, write it down in big letters on a paper. Stick it on your wall or mirror. Remove 3 distractions from your life that do not help that mission. Every morning, ask yourself, what can I do today to go deeper into this one thing? Even if you do this for 30 days, you will feel the results in your brain, your mood, your focus, your progress, and your peace. Simplicity lives where your focus lives. A complicated life is filled with scattered energy. A simple life is built on one direction, one purpose, one path. So let this be your new mantra. I don't need to do everything. I just need to finish one thing. And that, my friend, is how you begin to feel powerful again. This was step 2. Focus on one thing. It's not easy, but it's worth it because nothing changes until you simplify your focus. Step 3, say no more often. How many things are you doing right now that you don't actually want to do? How many people are you entertaining out of guilt? How many events, groups, calls, tasks, and conversations are you saying yes to, even when every cell in your body is screaming no? We say yes because we want to be kind, because we don't want to disappoint people, because we think it's not a big deal, because we're scared of looking selfish. But let me tell you the cold, hard truth. When you say yes to everything, you are saying no to your own peace. You're saying no to your time, no to your energy, no to your own life. And do you know what happens when you do that for long enough? You disappear. Not all at once. Slowly, you stop creating, you stop resting, you stop dreaming, you stop growing. You become a human machine doing everything for everyone except yourself. Imagine this. You're holding a glass of water, and every time someone asks for something, you pour a little out. Your friend needs help moving, you pour. Your boss calls you on your weekend, You pour. Your cousin wants to vent for 3 hours about a problem he won't solve. You pour. Someone wants a favor that drains you. You pour. And you keep pouring. But here's the problem. Nobody is filling your glass. Not even you. So one day, when you finally need energy for your dream, for your health, for your life, you reach inside and the glass is empty. You have nothing left because you said yes to everything and no to yourself. The most powerful word in the world is not love. It's not success. It's not please. It is no. No is not a rejection. No is a boundary. No is a decision. No is a complete sentence. Saying no to things that don't align with your peace is the most spiritual act of self-love you can ever perform. When you say no to useless conversations, fake friendships, guilt-based tasks, drama, overcommitment, social obligations that exhaust you, pleasing people who never appreciate it, you finally say yes to rest, clarity, energy, focus, joy, purpose, simplicity, and you return home to yourself. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, was once asked, "What's the secret to success?" And he said, "The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. They protect their time like gold because they understand this simple truth. Your time is your life, and if you don't protect it, someone else will waste it." I want you to try this. Write down the things you say yes to out of guilt. Maybe it's a WhatsApp group, a weekly call, an event, or a fake friendship. Ask yourself, does this bring peace or pressure? If the answer is pressure, it's time to say no. Practice saying no with kindness, not guilt. You can say, "I'm focusing on myself right now. I'm saying no to new commitments. I need time to recharge." Or even just, "No, that's enough." And watch what happens. At first, people might resist. Some may get upset, but the right ones will understand, and your soul will start breathing again. Because the most simple life is a protected life. If you don't say no, the world will fill your schedule with noise. You'll live your life for everyone else. And one day, you'll wake up and realize you were busy but not alive. So repeat this to yourself: I am not here to please everyone. I am here to protect my peace. I don't owe anyone my exhaustion. If it costs me my joy, it's too expensive. My life becomes simpler every time I say no. Step 4, build a simple morning routine. Now that we've removed the noise, focused our energy, and protected our time, we must master the first hour of the day. Why? Because your morning is not just the beginning of your day, it is the foundation of your entire life. Think about this. How do most people start their day? They wake up to an alarm they hate. They grab their phone instantly. They check messages, scroll social media, see emails, get stressed, compare their life. Then they rush into the shower, skip breakfast, and run into a chaotic day. And they wonder why life feels out of control. Here's the truth. If the first 60 minutes of your day are chaotic, the next 12 hours will follow the same energy. That's why successful, peaceful, focused people have one thing in common. They protect their mornings like treasure. There's a famous story about a man who was paid $10,000 to share his biggest success secret. His advice: control your morning. Win your day. The world will try to grab your attention the moment you wake up. Don't let it. Own your morning, or the world will own your mind. That sentence changed everything for me, and it can change everything for you. It doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. and do 27 things. You just need a sacred hour free from noise and distraction. Here's a simple routine that can transform your entire life. Wake up without reaching for your phone. For the first 30 to 60 minutes, stay offline. Silence the outside world and listen to your own. Drink water, not caffeine first. Hydrate your body. Refresh your brain. Stretch or move for 5 to 10 minutes. Activate your energy. Wake up your body with love, not pressure. Write 3 thoughts in a notebook. Not goals, not tasks, just thoughts. This builds clarity and self-awareness. Read or listen to something peaceful. A page from a book, 1 chapter of an audiobook, a few lines of wisdom. Start the day feeding your soul, not your stress. A woman once told her therapist, "I feel like I have no control in my life. Everything feels rushed, broken, complicated." The therapist asked, "How do your mornings start?" She said, "Phone, emails, kids, chaos." The therapist gave her one challenge. For 30 days, do not touch your phone for the first hour. Instead, sit in silence and stretch. She laughed at first, but by day 7, her anxiety dropped. By day 15, she was journaling. By day 25, she was setting boundaries. By day 30, she said, "I don't know what changed, but I feel like I'm finally in control of my life again." Nothing changed outside her, but everything changed within. That's the power of a simple morning. Tonight, prepare for tomorrow morning. Place your phone outside the bedroom or out of reach. Set a glass of water next to your bed. Put a notebook or journal on your pillow. Choose 1 sentence to repeat when you wake up, for example. Today, I choose peace. And tomorrow, follow your simple morning flow. No phone for 60 minutes. Breathe, move, write, reflect. Try it for 7 days. You'll see how 1 simple morning can change your entire life. Life becomes simple when your day starts simple. The first hour of your day writes the story for the rest. Repeat this. I will no longer let the world enter my mind before I do. My peace is my priority. My morning is my foundation. The world can wait. My mind comes first. Step 5. Clean your physical space. Let me ask you something personal right now. What does your room look like? Be honest. Is it clean? Or is it full of clothes on the bed, unwashed mugs, messy drawers, cluttered desks? Stuff you don't even remember buying. Most people don't realize this, but let me say it clearly. Your room is not just a room. It is a mirror of your mind. If your room is chaotic, your brain will be chaotic. If your environment is full of clutter, your mind will feel heavy, unfocused, tired. Let me tell you a story about a young student named Clara. She was brilliant, but every time exam season came, she couldn't concentrate. She thought something was wrong with her. She tried drinking more coffee, sleeping less, studying harder. Nothing worked. Then one day, her mentor visited her room. What he saw shocked him. Books scattered everywhere, clothes thrown on the floor, trash on the table, food wrappers under the bed, a laptop surrounded by a dozen empty cups. He smiled gently and said, "You're not failing because you're weak. You're failing because your brain is living in a battlefield." He gave her one challenge. Before you touch a book again, clean your space. Let your environment breathe. And then watch how your brain follows. So she did. She cleaned everything, sorted her desk, threw away junk, lit a candle, organized her books, opened the window, added a plant, turned her room into a space of peace. And you know what happened? Her focus returned. Her anxiety dropped. She passed the exam with her highest score ever. Not because her brain became smarter, but because her space became calmer. Neuroscience has proven this. Clutter increases cortisol, the stress hormone. Clutter reduces your brain's ability to focus. Clutter makes you more likely to procrastinate. In simple words, clutter confuses the brain. Clean space equals clear mind. Your space is your sanctuary. Treat it like a temple, not a storage unit. Don't wait to feel motivated to clean to create motivation. You don't need to redecorate your house. Just start with what you have. Tonight, take 30 minutes and throw away 10 items you no longer use. Clear your desk completely. Wipe the surface. Fold your clothes. Take out the trash. Open the windows for fresh air. Light a candle or incense. Put something beautiful in the room, a flower, a quote, a photo that inspires peace. And tomorrow morning, wake up in that clean space. You'll feel it. Something will shift inside, and your mind will say, "Thank you for giving me peace." You don't need a bigger home. You need a cleaner space. When your room is full of noise, your mind can't hear itself think. When your space is peaceful, your mind becomes powerful. Step 6, let go of the past. This is where most people get stuck. They declutter their room, their phone, their schedule. But they forget the biggest clutter of all: emotional baggage. Pain from the past, old stories that are still alive inside. What are you still carrying that no longer belongs in your hands? Is it something someone said, a betrayal, a mistake you made, a regret you hold, a failure you can't forgive yourself for? Hear me clearly. You cannot live a simple life if your heart is holding on to complicated pain. For example, there's a story of a man who was asked to carry a backpack. He put one stone inside for every mistake, regret, and pain he had ever experienced. One for the friend who betrayed him. One for the love that broke him. One for the opportunity he missed. One for the guilt he never forgave. One for the failure he never forgot. By the time he filled it, the bag was so heavy he could barely walk. Yet he kept carrying it day after day. People told him to drop it, but he said, "I can't. These are mine. This pain is part of me." Until one day he met a monk. The monk said, "Does carrying that bag make the past go away?" The man said, "No." "Does it help you grow? Does it give you peace?" "No." "Then why are you still holding it?" That one question broke him. He sat down, opened the bag, and let it all go. And for the first time in years, he stood tall. That man is you. And today is your moment to let it go. You cannot change the past, but you can change how much of it you carry. You don't have to forget. You just have to stop reliving it. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was okay. It's saying you're done letting it control you. The more pain you carry, the more peace you block. The heavier your heart, the more complicated your life becomes. This will be hard, but necessary. Write a letter to your past self. Say everything you've wanted to say. Cry if you must. Then write one sentence at the bottom. I let this go now. I am ready for peace. Tear it. Burn it. Delete it. But say goodbye to the emotional clutter. Your future is calling. It's tired of waiting behind your past. You don't need to carry everything that's ever happened to you. You don't need to hold hands with your pain forever. Letting go is not weakness, it's wisdom. A simple life is not just a clean space, it is a healed heart. Step 7, cut down choices. Let's begin with a surprising truth. Too much freedom can become a prison. Too many choices can destroy your peace. Sounds strange, right? Because we've been taught that more choice equals more happiness, more options, more flexibility, more power. But here's the secret most people don't know. The more choices you face in a day, the more exhausted, confused, anxious, and overwhelmed you become. It's called decision fatigue, and it's silently ruining your life. Mark Zuckerberg, the billionaire founder of Facebook, wears the same color gray shirt every day. Why? Because he understands this one rule: the fewer decisions I make in the morning, the more energy I have for the big ones. Steve Jobs, same thing. Barack Obama, same thing. They simplified their wardrobe so they could save their mental energy for more important things. This isn't just about clothes. This is about mental freedom. You wake up and immediately get hit by choices. What should I wear? What should I eat? Should I go to the gym or not? Should I reply to this message or not? Should I check Instagram now or later? What should I work on first? What should I do tonight? What should I watch on Netflix? By the time you've made all those little decisions, you're mentally tired. So, when it's finally time to do something important, your brain says, I'm done. I need a break. This is why you procrastinate. This is why you feel stuck. This is why you start 10 things and finish none. Not because you're lazy, but because you're tired from too many decisions. Simplicity is not about doing less. It's about deciding less. Here's how to simplify your life through choice reduction. Standardize your mornings. Eat the same breakfast for 30 days. Wear one outfit style. Follow the same 5-step morning routine. Make it automatic. No questions. Pre-decide your non-negotiables. What days do you work out? When do you go to sleep? What hours are phone-free? Once decided, don't ask again. Create a weekly meal plan. Pick 5 meals you love. Repeat them every week. No. What should we eat today? Stress. Build a default week. Know what Monday to Sunday looks like. Structure brings calm. Freedom grows from discipline. There was a woman who said, I feel like I never have time for myself. Her therapist asked her, how many decisions do you make before 10 a.m.? She laughed, but then she counted 17 choices about clothes, 5 about food, 6 about what app to open, 3 about what to reply to, 2 about whether to go for a walk or not, 1 about whether she should cancel her gym or not. That's 34 choices in 2 hours. No wonder she was tired by 10 a.m. Her therapist gave her one challenge. Create a default morning. No questions, no choices, just flow. She resisted at first, but after 1 week, she said, I feel like I finally have energy for my life again. Choose one area of life where you make too many daily choices. Clothes, food, tasks, content, people. Create a default system for that area. Pre-decide what you'll wear, eat, or do. Make it boring but peaceful. Stick to it for 7 days. Feel your brain thank you. Sometimes the key to freedom is less choice, not more. The world gives you unlimited options, but your soul needs structure. Simplify decisions. Multiply clarity. Simplicity is not about having nothing. It's about needing nothing more than what matters. Step 8. Stop comparing yourself. Let me tell you something straight from the heart. Comparison is the thief of joy. But even worse, it's the thief of simplicity. You can clean your space. You can build the perfect morning. You can cut down decisions. But if your heart is still comparing your life to someone else's, you will never feel peace. You wake up in a good mood. You're calm. You're proud of yourself. You've made progress. But then you open your phone. Someone is on vacation in Paris. Someone got a new car. Someone's relationship looks perfect. Someone made 10,000 this week. Someone has clearer skin, a nicer house, a better job, more views, more comments, more success. And just like that, your mood dies. Not because you lost anything, but because you saw someone else winning, and you started to feel behind. That, my friend, is the poison of comparison. Social media is not real life. It's a museum of highlights, not a documentary of struggle. Nobody posts their sadness. Nobody uploads their loneliness. Nobody shows their empty bank account or their tear-stained pillow. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their edited highlight reel, and it's destroying your peace. 2 patients were in a hospital. One of them had a bed next to the window. Every day, he described the beautiful world outside. There's a park, children playing, birds flying, sun shining. The other patient, stuck in a darker part of the room, became jealous. He hated that he didn't have the window. One night, the patient by the window died. The jealous man requested to move into that bed. But when he looked out the window, it faced a wall. There was no park, no children, no sun. The man realized the other patient was blind. He invented beauty just to give hope. Here's the lesson. What you see in others may not be real. What you envy might be illusion. And what you have might be more than enough. Live your pace. Honor your journey. Trust your timing. Your life is not a race. Your growth is not late. Your success doesn't need to look like theirs. The more you compare, the more you complicate. The more you focus inward, the more you simplify. Unfollow 10 people who make you feel less than. Not because they're bad, but because they disturb your peace. Write a gratitude list every morning. List 3 things that make your life special. Don't miss the magic of your own life. Say this out loud. I release the need to compete. I am proud of my life. I choose peace over comparison. You're not behind. You're on your path. The sun doesn't compete with the moon. They shine when it's their time. Your life becomes simpler when your eyes stop wandering and your heart comes home. Step 9. Spend time alone. When was the last time you sat in complete silence with no phone, no music, no distractions, and just listened to your own mind? Be honest. Most people are terrified of being alone because they're afraid of the dark, but because they're afraid of their own thoughts. And that's why their life feels so complicated, because they've forgotten how to be with themselves. The world is noisy, but your answers are quiet. The world tells you what to buy, who to be, what to chase. But your soul whispers, I just want peace. And peace can never be found in a crowd. It is only found in solitude. There was a man who spent years chasing success. He read books, watched podcasts, took courses, followed every guru. But he still felt lost. So one day, he decided to do something radical. He locked himself in a silent room for 3 days. No phone, no books, no internet, just a bed, a notebook, and silence. At first, it was torture. The silence screamed louder than any noise he'd ever heard. But by day 2, something strange happened. His mind slowed down. His breathing became calm, and he heard a voice. Not from outside, but from within. You already know what to do. You've just been too busy to hear it. That voice gave him clarity he'd been searching for 10 years. And when he left that room, he wasn't the same man anymore. He didn't need more answers. He just needed stillness. A simple life is not just an organized life. It's a life that's connected to itself. And that connection is only possible through being alone. Now wait, I don't mean loneliness. I don't mean isolation. I mean intentional solitude. Time when you are not performing, you are not replying, you are not reacting. You are just being. When you spend time alone, you begin to hear your true thoughts, understand your feelings, heal old wounds, strengthen self-love, reset your nervous system, create mental space for clarity. In fact, the greatest minds in history, Einstein, Buddha, Nikola Tesla, Steve Jobs, all practiced solitude. Not because they were antisocial, but because they understood this one secret. To create something powerful on the outside, you must be deeply connected to the inside. You don't need 3 days. You need 15 minutes. Here's the challenge every day. Find 15 minutes of total silence. No phone, no people, no background noise. Sit near a window or in nature if possible. Breathe. Let thoughts come and go. Ask yourself one question. What is something I've been ignoring inside me? Listen, write, breathe, repeat. Do this every day for 7 days. It will feel strange at first, but slowly your mind will return home to you. Alone time isn't selfish, it's sacred. Solitude is not a punishment. It is the doorway to clarity. Don't fear being alone. Fear being surrounded by people and still feeling lost. Step 10. Stop worrying. Most people are not tired because they work too much. They are tired because they worried too much. They're not physically exhausted. They are mentally suffocating. Worrying about money. Worrying about the future. Worrying about failure. Worrying about what people think. Worrying about what could go wrong. Worrying about things that may never happen. And in this prison of what ifs, they forget to live. 85% of the things we worry about never happen. That's right. Science has proven this. You spend hours, days, weeks stressing about something that only exists in your imagination. Don't believe everything you think, especially when your thoughts come from fear. Worry is a liar. It tells you you're not safe, not ready, not enough. But worry is not protection. It's poison. The more you feed it, the more it grows. Whenever you're overwhelmed by worry, do this ask. Is this happening right now? Or is it a future fear? If it's not real now, it's not real yet. Focus on what you can control. You can't control tomorrow, but you can control your breath, your routine, your words, your next step. Turn your mind into a calm room. Say out loud, right now, I am safe. Right now, I am doing my best. The future is not mine to fear. It's mine to build. A worried man went to a monk and said, "My thoughts are destroying me. I can't stop worrying." The monk smiled and gave him a cup of tea. He poured and poured until the cup overflowed. The man shouted, "Stop! It's full." The monk said, "Exactly. That's your mind. Too full to enjoy anything. Let go or drown." So write down your top 3 current worries. Next to each, write one small action you can take today. Even if it's small, take it. Every night, say this out loud. I release what I can't control. I trust the process. Repeat it like a mantra. Let your mind breathe again. You were not born to carry fear every day. Your mind is not a battlefield. It can be a garden if you stop planting worry. The future is not something to fear. It is something to create. Step 11. Return to what truly matters. Let me ask you the most important question of your life. What really matters to you? I don't mean what society told you. I don't mean what social media says. I don't mean what your friends or family expect. I mean you, deep inside. When everything is quiet, when the pressure is gone, when the lights are off, and it's just you and your soul. What truly matters? Think, breathe, be honest. Because this step is not about adding more to your life. It's about going back to what was always important. Most people today feel overwhelmed, tired, lost. Not because they're broken, but because they've been pulled in 1,000 directions for years. Work, social media, expectations, fear of missing out, fear of being judged, trying to keep up, trying to prove something. And in that process, they forget what actually matters to them. They become experts in everything except their own soul. So today, we're going to reset that right now together. When you remove the noise, the pressure, the comparison, the clutter, what's left? Here's what usually remains: your health, your peace, the people who love you, your dreams, your values, your memories, your freedom, your breath, your time. Everything else, just noise, just distraction, just decoration. You don't need more, you need less, but real. Return to what truly matters and stay there. Build your day around it. Build your habits around it. Build your future around it. You don't need to chase the world. You just need to hold on to what gives you life. Exercise, close your eyes. Ask yourself, if I lost everything today, what would I miss the most? Now write that down. That is your priority. Then ask yourself, am I giving enough time to what I say matters most? If the answer is no, you're not living simply. You're living busy. It's time to come back. A billionaire once took a break from his empire. He traveled to a small village. There he met an old man who lived in a tiny hut by the river. The old man smiled all day. He had no phone, no car, no internet, just a flute, a small boat, and a garden. The billionaire asked, "Don't you want more?" The old man replied, "More what?" "More things." "To do what?" "To feel what I already feel now. I wake up with peace. I sleep with joy. I walk with love. And I eat with people who make me laugh. You have gold in your bank. I have gold in my soul." That was the moment the billionaire realized simplicity isn't poverty, it's wealth of the right kind. Ask yourself, what do I miss that I've ignored for too long? Ooh, who have I stopped calling that actually gives me joy? What do I value but rarely prioritize? Then take one small action today. Call that person. Spend time offline. Walk in nature. Sit with your child. Write in your journal. Reconnect with your dream. Cook with your mom. Hug your dad. Talk to your soul. Let your day reflect what you truly value, because life becomes simpler when it becomes real. You don't need a million things. You need the right few. You don't need a better life. You need a closer life, closer to your truth. Peace doesn't come from success. It comes from alignment. A simple life is not small. It is focused, meaningful, deep, real. So return to what matters. Let the rest go and begin again. You made it. You didn't just walk through a video. You walked through a transformation. You removed the noise. You focused. You said no. You rebuilt your morning. You cleaned your space. You let go of the past. You simplified your choices. You stopped comparing. You spent time alone. You stopped worrying. And you returned home to yourself. That is what this journey gave you: a home inside yourself. A blueprint for peace, a compass for clarity, and a reminder that you don't need more. You just need you. Real, grounded, simple, and strong. So now I ask you, if this journey helped you even a little, if it made you cry, breathe, think, or smile, then don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe for healing, growth, power, peace, and wisdom. Comment below your favorite principle. Let others know which one hit your heart. Share this with someone who feels lost. You might give them the light they've been waiting for. Thank you for walking this path with me. I'll see you in the next exploration, where we continue building not just a better life, but a simpler, stronger, more meaningful one. Until then, breathe, let go, and return to what truly matters. This is your new beginning.